Hello there, you're welcome to the Faith Classroom. Many people feel that being called of God looks like strength, clarity, success. But what does it mean to be called of God to do something? Mostly, it looks like fear, it looks like doubt, questions, failures. Yet, God calls us to do things because He qualifies those He calls. My name is Mariam. My friend, you are welcome to the Faith Classroom. Today, we are talking about what it looks like to be called of God. Sometimes we misunderstand callings from God and what it actually looks like. We begin to think that when God calls you to do something, you should succeed immediately. You should have the strength to do it. You should have all the skills available to do the thing that He's calling you to do. But from scripture study, from looking at the lives of people around us, we see that being called of God does not come with instant strength and clarity and success. In fact, sometimes it's the opposite. But God will qualify you when you just start. Many people are called to do different things at different points of their lives. Some people are called to hold callings at church, to lead, to build, to serve at church. Some people are called to start a business. I have a friend who is called to start a poultry farm. I have someone I know who is called to start a different type of business. Some people feel called to forgive someone. We are all called to do different things at different points of our lives. Now, how do you know what God is calling you to do? And how do you even know that God is calling you at all? I did a video previously to talk about this on how to know if God calls you to do something. I think you should check it out and watch it. Now, being called looks like you having dreams. Sometimes you see dreams, um, recurrent dreams of you doing the thing that you are called to do. Sometimes you cannot just get that thing out of your mind. In my case, when I was called to start a Christian channel, I had several dreams. I felt so positive that it's going to work. I was so happy about starting. Not that I felt qualified, but I was so positive that everything was going to be all right. I think God was motivating me. I kept thinking about it in the night, daytime. It just will not leave my mind. Then you know that God is calling you. You pray about it and you feel that yes, this is what you are called to do at this point of your life. What does it even mean to be called at all? In a BYU devotional I once listened to on callings, I read this. To be called of God is to receive an appointment or invitation from Him or His duly authorized church leaders to serve Him in a particular way. So the Lord has given everybody ample opportunities to be anxiously engaged in a good cause or good causes. We are all here to do different things at different times of our lives. And the purpose is to glorify God, to serve our fellow human beings, to make the world a better place. So while I teach on YouTube, perhaps you are called to start a business, or maybe you are called to do something else. Then we try in our own little ways to make the world a better place. So yes, you, my friend, you are also called to do something. What is that thing that you can't stop thinking about? What is that thing that you feel that God is pointing you towards? What is that path that He's leading you towards? Are you planning to start? Because God calls everyone. Even though we all feel unqualified, He still calls us to do many things at different points of our life. Now, even though we are all called to do different things, today my focus is going to be on being called to teach about Jesus Christ on YouTube, because that is what this faith classroom is all about. Callings come to people at different points of their life. Recently, I'm listening to more people who are saying that they are called to share their testimonies to teach about Jesus Christ online. If you are such, come closer, my friend. Let's talk. Yes, maybe you are called. You love studying the scriptures. You love teaching. And now you feel strongly to start a YouTube channel to share your testimony about Jesus Christ. It doesn't mean that you are going to have instant success as you are going to start. It doesn't mean that because God calls you, everything is just going to be laid out for you so perfectly and then you are going to succeed. Now, that is not to put fear in you. No, you will succeed. Once God calls you to do something, mind you, you will make sure you succeed at it if you do not give up on yourself. But I want to talk about what being called actually looks like so that you do not think that because you are feeling doubt and you are uncertain and because you are failing, that means the calling is not from God. You are now second guessing. You are just doubting that, oh, I felt so positive. I felt so called a few weeks ago, but now, if God calls me, should I be going through all these challenges? Yes. So let's talk. What does being called actually looks like? It looks like fear. It looks like doubt. It looks like failures. Like I said, I have been called to start a Christian channel for a while now, but my subscribers are still low. But I still keep feeling positive that this is what I should be doing at this point of my life. And so I've decided to obey and start. Now you're going to face challenges even in your starting, but the feeling is always going to be there, right? Now, in the scriptures, we've seen people who are called to do different things and how it looked like for them. So I want us to start with the great prophet Moses. Moses was called to lead the Israelites out of Egypt to a promised land. Was it easy for Moses? For Moses, it came with insecurity. He was so insecure, right? He said to the Lord, "Who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh?" Later, he said, "Oh my Lord, I am not eloquent, but I'm slow of speech." So this shows that being called looks like insecurity. Being called looks like fear, right? So what did God do for him? He called Aaron to be his spokesperson because Moses said he was slow of speech. Later, we see people helping Moses in one way or the other. As his father-in-law gave him a great advice, Jethro. We saw Miriam participating, and people, his wife, people came in one way or the other to help. If God calls you, my friend, He will put your Aaron in your way, He will put your Miriams in your way, He will put Jethros in your way to help you to fulfill your calling. And He will qualify you when He has called you to do something. Trust Him. Because God was seeing in Moses what Moses was not yet seeing in himself or what he had not seen in himself. God saw in him, right? So, with God's help, our insecurities will be turned to confidence. But it means that you have to obey and start that business and start that YouTube channel and start that process. Whatever it is you are called to do, just trust God and start. He will bring people your way to help you. He will qualify you to do that thing that He's calling you to do. Trust Him and obey. Right. Now, there's a quote I like so much from President Thomas S. Monson, the 16th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Now, he said, and I quote, "When we are on the Lord's errand, we are entitled to the Lord's help. When we are on the Lord's errand, we are entitled to the Lord's help." End of quote. Beautiful. My friend, when God calls you to do something, you are entitled to His help because the call is from Him. So He will qualify you. He will bring people your way. He will give you opportunities to succeed. Obey and start. This friend of mine I talked about who started a poultry farm, he felt strongly he should start a poultry farm. He failed miserably 2 occasions, but today is successful. He had to work extra hard. He had to watch videos on poultry farm and how to start. It was difficult, but he did not give up. And so he succeeded. So Moses was insecure, but he became a great leader that today inspires thousands of people who read the scriptures and learn about Moses. Now, at other time, being called looks like weakness, doubt. The story of Gideon in the Old Testament is one amazing one that we can also learn from. When the God sent the angel to call Gideon, the angel said, "The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor." Okay, now Gideon said, "My family is poor. I am the least in my father's house." What the angel said, "You are a mighty man." But Gideon did not see himself as mighty. What did he say instead? He said, "My family is poor. And what? And I am the least in my father's house." Sometimes we don't see anything good in ourselves. We think we do not have talent. We think that we are the least of all people. Sometimes we say, "Oh, but English is not my first language. How am I supposed to express myself and teach on YouTube? How am I supposed to start a poultry farm? In my family, no one has ever started a business. How am I supposed to get married? I'm so scared. What if it doesn't work out? I've seen so many divorce. What if it doesn't work out? I don't want to have children. What if my children, I cannot raise them? What if I can't be a good mom? What if I can't be a good dad? My family is poor. I'm the least in my father's household. But God says, "You are the one I called. You are a mighty man." God says, God saw in Gideon what Gideon was yet to see him in himself. And with God's help, he succeeded and became that mighty man that God saw that he will become. What can we learn from this? My friend, you may feel weak. You may feel that you are not eloquent, that you don't have a good phone, you don't have equipment, you don't have a nice setup. You can't start. But God is seeing something in you and he will qualify you to become that thing. So just start. I want us to also look at Jeremiah. If you feel too young, Jeremiah felt the same way. In fact, he said, "Ah, Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child." But the Lord replied, "Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee." Do you feel too young? Do you feel uneducated? Do you feel that do you feel what do you feel that you are not qualified? Well, I did not feel that when I started. I have been teaching for over a decade. So teaching should come easy, right? I've been standing in front of teenagers to teach. Yet starting YouTube was difficult. Why? I was not used to speaking to a camera or phone. It was hard. I didn't get the responses. It was hard when I started. No subscribers for weeks. Even up to now, I'm one of the smallest YouTube channels you can think about. But why do I keep showing up? Why do I keep doing it? There are times when I ask myself that question, Mariam, what are you doing? Are you not wasting your time? All these months, and look, why? But then I remind myself of the dreams I've had. Then I tell myself, well, God said I should, so I should. If my message touches one person, then I've achieved my goal, right? Yeah, I comfort myself with that, but still, I feel doubt sometimes. So, my friend, if you're called to do anything, I want you to know that feeling insecure, feeling unsure, feeling weak, feeling sinful is normal. In fact, Peter felt sinful when he met Jesus Christ. He said, and I read, "Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord." But Jesus told him, "Fear not, from henceforth thou shalt catch men." That again, the Lord saw in Peter what Peter did not yet see in himself. My friend, you are destined for greatness. We all are because we are children of a great God. We are all destined to do something great. Why not trust God to lead us along so that we will persevere and do the thing that He is calling us to do. Fear will come, failures will come, weaknesses will come, feeling inadequate will come. When you look at other people's channels, you feel little compared to them. But they also started from somewhere. One day your story can change. Trust God. When you are called, understand that feeling doubt and insecurity does not mean that the calling is not from God. It actually means that it's from God. But Moses did not become a great leader one day. Gideon did not become a mighty man in a day. Peter did not become the fishers of men in one day. Your Jethros will come. Your Miriams will come. Your Aarons will come. Trust God. And let's do it together. Let's build together. Because God will qualify us. Thank you for watching this video. If this is the type of content you like to watch, please subscribe to my channel and let's grow together. I want you to share your comments. Tell me what you feel called to do. Let's have this conversation going. Perhaps I have an advice to give. Perhaps you can also advise me on what I should do so that my channel will also grow. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best of the day. May God guide you in the callings that you have been assigned to. I know you'll be successful. Trust God and obey. Bye-bye.